All right. Hello, Internet. Hi. Hopefully, this is working now. Um, Luke, in there exactly at 7 o'clock, saying he's getting some loading screen buffer. But I mean, I don't think we're that late. Man,
No,
I'm pretty sure we're exactly on time, Luke. Hi, everyone.
of course we're on time. We're wizards.
And we arrive precisely when we mean to, which, because
Exactly.
of my obsession with being on time, usually is as close to 7 as we can get it. How you doing, Alex?
I'm doing good. I've missed
Nice.
you, bud.
I miss you
It's been a
too.
long break.
Yeah, yeah. Not only from these, but also it's been a while since I've seen you in Meat Space,
hmm
just because of holidays and all that jazz. Um,
I'm incredibly inconsiderate and have a family on the East Coast that I have to go see.
I mean, they could just come out here.
It's true.
I mean, they have, and I was conveniently unavailable as they came out on
Yeah.
my second wedding day. We had two weddings, my wife
Yeah.
and I, because of the end times. But the second time they came around, yeah, we were too busy being newlyweds again. Um, but yeah, you had a good trip, huh?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a pretty quick, but it was good to get back out and see my parents and my brother.
You kill some snakes.
No snakes dare to rear their heads while I was around.
The legendary Alex Squires back on his stomping grounds. Okay, these are good enough orc heads, I think. So, what are you working on today? Is it Scutari?
It is.
I lost you there for a sec, bud. It
No,
is
no. Mostly Scutari.
mostly
Couple,
Scutari. Oh,
couple
Jesus!
Scutarians in there.
you just you just went all in on your cog voice.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, the Scutari are like the last thing that I have to like work on to get a good. Oh, it's not. Um, they're the one thing that for like LVO that I want to get built up.
Fair.
Um, then once I have a boatload of these guys going, then
Mm-hmm.
I am largely set, AdMech wise for the foreseeable future.
He
Um,
says now.
yeah, that's why I did the caveat of the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
I want to build and paint a bunch of cataphrons just to have and play with.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Can you have tank treads?
Listen, it doesn't have to be a snowman. I mean, you could easily make a Cataphron snowman.
I very much could.
Uh,
But no, my plan.
it's
Have I
been
told you?
said. It's been said. It must happen now. So shall it be.
Have I told you my brainstorm I had for the cataphrons?
No, do tell.
Um, it's a dual build kit, right? So it's got the breachers, which are the melee boys who like have extra armor plating
Yeah,
and look awesome.
yeah.
And then there's the destroyers who are the ranged boys who have a little less armor plating. Still look cool,
Okay.
but you can magnetize them, and I have magnetized one set of three, and it's a giant pain. There's so many points you have to do.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
but then I had the realization that I can probably go to the dollar store and find some tiny, cheap dinosaurs that will live happily on 60 millimeter bases and get some guns strapped to them.
I mean, you're not gonna see me complaining about seeing that on the table.
Nope.
Plenty of neckbeards that you might get into trouble with in that respect, but those
Nah.
guys can
Oh,
go get stuffed.
yeah, not with my conversions. I mean, you and I both take the time to really make sure the profiles and everything are right.
You say that. You say that, but sweaty people will get complaints or
You know,
will give complaints.
sweaty people will give complaints, and I will have an email from the TO that says it is okay to use.
I reject your complaint and substitute my own.
Yep.
You have a good New Year?
Yeah, I did. Here, wait. This was my Christmas present from my parents.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Are they socks?
No, they're pink dresses.
Are those Monument Hobbies?
They are,
Bombwicks?
yeah.
Bombwicks, yeah.
No, they're not Bombwicks. They're just pro. They're pro Sable.
Igniters?
The
The Bombwick
I couldn't.
Igniter is what I'm holding up right now. Is that showing up? Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
is.
showing it.
Yeah,
Not really. Can't really read it.
yeah. Well,
Um,
that's what it looks like because it's the red ones. But the
yeah,
red and the black ones are Sable. The
yeah,
blue ones, I think the dark blue ones and the light blue ones, those are synthetics.
yeah,
I say that as I'm looking at all of mine that I have in my little brush thing. I am a
yeah.
little,
They didn't have any Bombwicks. You
yeah.
couldn't order them anymore.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a bunch, and then I also got the Sam Lentz weapon rack.
Mhm.
Because I really like Sam Lentz. I like a lot of his videos, so I was like, these are good enough for Sam Lentz. They're way too good for me, so let's buy them. Um, and I like them a lot. But then I opened my Broken Toad brushes, and those Broken Toad brushes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know if I can use any other brushes ever again. They're real nice, but I still go back to the these two brushes right here are the two that I use quite a bit. I have the Bumwick #1 and the synthetic #2 from Monument Hobbies. I use those quite a bit.
Hmm.
Mostly the synthetics for metallics.
Yeah. So
Nice.
actually,
That's a nice case. How long are you gonna keep it organized like that?
hopefully a while.
I hope so
We'll see.
too.
The issue is, so I did kind of mess up.
Okay.
It's so I got the one set. It's 0 through 4 for the sables, and
Mm-hmm.
then the sixes are synthetics, but then I've got another 0, 1, and 3 sable. So I guess I just read it the synthetic on the sixes and thought the whole thing was synthetic,
Oh, I see.
but it's not. But that's fine. I just need
I
to.
think a 1 and a 3 is honestly all you need. I do most of my painting with a 2, a 1 and a 2.
I've been. What size is it? I think it's a 6. Yeah, my number 6 Bombwick. I've been doing. That's been my workhorse for a while now.
Yeah, I got one right here. Well, this is artillery, the synthetic one. Yeah, see, here's the thing. You're doing it the right way, allegedly. Um,
I don't know about that.
well, you're supposed to use a big belly brush.
Hmm.
Um, I've never gotten comfortable with it. I'm too my eyes need to see that precision, and it just means
Hmm.
that my paint is drying out on my brush, and I'm wasting a lot of paint and a lot of efficiency, unfortunately. Looks like
You do one thing, you should be efficient.
Ben from Battle Brothers Tactics is Battle Brothers Tabletop. Yikes, is with us. How you doing, Ben? And Luke's saying, I'll have you guys know we have made big strides in the hobbying realm. I'm actually sanding down mold lines over the new Tau stuff. Oh, yes.
Now you see, you've made your first mistake of the night, Emmanuel. We don't
What?
acknowledge Tau players.
Luke's an exception.
Nope.
A little bit. A little bit. He's only Tau by accident.
I think it's pretty darn intentional at this point.
No, only by accident. He doesn't know better. Also,
Do
I
we
have.
need
Also,
do we
I.
need to rub his nose in it?
If they had noses. Yeah. So I want to show you something I'm pretty proud of, Alex.
Oh yeah?
Two things. I don't know if this will come up well on stream. We'll find out. Um,
Okay. I see boy.
is that coming up well?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. Turn off your desk lamp.
Let's see if that comes up better. Is that better?
A little bit, yeah. I think you're gonna need to call out what it is you did. Because I know what it is I'm looking for. I can see it, but I don't know that it'll show up super well on
I'm just
stream.
gonna, sorry. It looks like I'm punching the internet with my finger. I'm just trying to turn the light off on that. Okay. How about this to that?
Oh, that works well.
Yeah, right?
Wait, did you do it? You didn't do his skin, did you?
So I'm gonna, oh, it doesn't really show up that well on YouTube, honestly. What if I go further away?
Oh, that works. That's a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. Long story short, I used UV ink um, to give him glowy eyes. Um, Tao calling you out. Alex getting salty just because railguns go pew.
Yep.
This is the paint. This crappy Amazon fluorescent paint is what I got because my original plan for this fluorescent paint it was just to do tribal tattoos on a bunch of Oruks, the fantasy ones. But then I wanted to do stuff more close up. Now I tried because when I did these Harleys initially, I just speed painted them just to get them done. I didn't really care too much about the skin, so it was just 2 coats of orc flesh. It's way too dark, so I was always planning on coming back to these and adding the highlights in to brighten their skin up so it looks kind of closer to the skin recipe that I do when I do a complete job. So like this is missing this is the undercoat and shade step, but I haven't done my highlights. So there's definitely a big difference between the tones of skin that I do go for. So I was never done with these Harleys, and I got the idea of using UV paint to do the highlights on the skin and also their eyes, and then white for their teeth, and then also the primary color for each Harley because they're each a different color. So their primary color also in the UV paint. But this stuff is so bad. It's so streaky and bad that I ended up just solving the problem with money. and and I bought the full line of Green Stuff World's miniature acrylic fluorescent paints. So
Okay.
we'll see how that looks. But while I wait for those, I started getting back to my Heritorks, and this guy is who I want to show you from today. I'm really proud of this guy. So this is my heavy bolter.
Mm-hmm.
And on his arm, I had to resculpt the bicep and the elbow out of green stuff to get it to join at the glove right. And with the heavy bolter, I'm almost always going to have a suspensor system on it. So I thought, what better way to have a suspensor system than just wrap a chain around it to the top of the Burna Boy's kind of little straps, right? Oh, God,
Yep.
I'm horribly off frame. Yeah, this guy right here. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how he came out. He's going to get primed tomorrow.
Excellent.
And then inevitably I end up priming it and then realizing that there were some spaces that I had to manicure up a little bit to get it to look right. But I think he's pretty good. So that's 2 out of 6. And I have 4 bodies here. And we're gonna see how far I get through all of this today. But we're gonna hack and slash, rip and tear today.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Bits for the bits, God.
Any of them have actual chainsaws?
2.
Nice.
Yeah. I like the Heretic Astartes sculpts a lot. Like a lot. Like a lot. This is going to be my icon. I don't know how well you can see that. It's from the Freebooters kit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's a big orky actual skull. And, I mean, these are going to be Alpha Legion, so skulls for the Skull Throne, not really that appropriate. But, whatever. Hashtag I do what I want, right?
Well, it's still in orc mode. That one hasn't flipped out of being a
Yeah.
the proper one yet.
Yeah. This has been a challenging conversion. I learned a lot with it. Um, the toughest thing is getting them to marry right, you know? Getting one to sit well on top of the other, to the point that it looks like a fluid transition. Like this one was really hard to do, and it's because I thought it might be better just to do things in sub-assemblies, where I had the arms glued
Yeah.
separately and I cut through the torso. But I realized that making a cut while the arms are actually attached, even though it'll be harder to paint later, like getting in on all these little areas inside here will be harder to paint. It made it a lot easier when I just glued it back and then made a cut through the arms and the torso, because I want it to be along like a line, right?
Right.
That the transition is. So to kind of get that line to kind of agree with everything, not agree, but to kind of follow along the same plane across when you're doing sub-assemblies was really hard to do. But
Yeah.
so that's why for these guys, I've glued them. And even though I haven't glued this guy's other arm on, that's because the other half is going to be an orc half. So it doesn't matter on that. I'm just going to be gluing the body on.
Now you're too far along this path to really do it differently. But what if you did like for the sub-assemblies where you knew you were going to break it apart later, you just used regular CA glue for now. So then you could freeze it and break it.
The problem is making these green stuff sculpts, because the orc arms are different proportions.
So
Yeah.
wait, so you by sub-assemblies you don't just mean like arms, you actually mean splitting where the orc and marine come together?
Yes and no in certain respects. This one was really hard because I was trying to cut across the arms and have the head with the gun separately. And it's really hard. This was really easy because it was just right across the middle. One arm was attached to one torso, the other arm was attached to the other torso. And I'm going to try and do that with the majority of them, honestly. Because the two hands holding the gun right here, that was really hard to do with the hands. This guy is going to be he's going to be on the ground. He's going to be my bolter marine with icon, and I'm actually going to cut him like this as much as I can to kind of preserve the arms attached to the body like that. Or maybe even probably even like this. Leave one hand completely attached. Yeah, I think that might be the way. Oof, this is the way. This one will be hard. It's stressing me out. I'm not doing it yet. We're just going to go ahead and do this one now. Go across like this, maybe? Like that? Like that? What's also really tough is, well, we've committed. What's also really tough is cutting it in a way that the orc head sits on there, because I made the decision that they're all gonna have orc heads. Because I love my orcs, and I won't have it any other way. But I could have made it easy on myself and kind of cut them lower down and have some of them with smaller transitions, where it's just like their feet are orky. But I wanted them all to have orc heads. Yeah, that'll look okay.
What if you did one with like a split head and then orc feet?
I want to get these done at some point.
Okay.
I honestly thought about doing a head right down the middle, and that was just going to be like right down, straight down the middle. But I try to look for inspiration from other ones, and most people that did that just kept one head, and then the armor was split down the middle. I was like, that.
Just splitting the head would be really tough.
Yeah, especially because they're not both marine heads. If it was going from like marine to marine, I would definitely do that, because you can, right?
Yeah.
You know what the best part about this kit is? Comes with 10, and I only need 6. So I have room to air. But yeah.
There's no airing, they'll just be used in a slightly smaller way.
Why am I making this harder for myself? I could just clip this part off. I'm gonna sand that down. So yeah, that's what I've been doing with the hobby.
Yeah, I felt pretty clever. I brought home the majority of the models that I pushed on screen earlier.
Did you get any of that done?
All but 10 of those. Most of them were basically just primed. I brought the base colors and so now, and then got everything all built up. So now they're all just ready for wash.
Oh, nice. Oh wow, so those were
Yeah,
all
so now
ones that you actually painted.
Yeah,
Like on the
like
break,
over.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And then now I just need to wash and base them and then do some little bits, but for the most part they're done.
This is the part I
Because
dislike
as much as
because I need my fingers for my profession. You were saying? Sorry.
oh no, I was just saying this is also the part I dislike because just washing is not my favorite part. Although it does add so much in such a little time.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy the wash step, but I used to finish at the wash step. I think I talked about this on a previous hobby and hang. I used to finish at the wash step when I was a new painter, but now that I do highlights after the wash doesn't bother me anymore. The only thing that
Yeah.
bothers me about the wash is how long it takes to dry, because sometimes if I'm just doing one model and I want to keep going, I actually bust out my heat gun to help dry the wash faster. Which is not red, actually. I thought it was red. I was going to make a joke about it. Okay.
You just need to paint the outlet red.
That's right. Well, it gets red enough. It starts glowing.
True, yeah.
And technically, it does heat faster once it does start glowing red, so there's something to this.
I'm gonna take a stab and say heat.
The heat gun making heat? I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're right. Further study is warranted.
All right, let's see how well I estimated that. Ooh, it's all warm. No. I'm gonna sand down the rest. Yeah, this is a messy job. Look at this. Look at all this dust. You can't really appreciate it that much.
Yeah.
At least it's not resin.
The dust actually really shows up on stream.
Oh, it does? Oops.
At least on Discord. I'm not sure if it's in frame. I'll go check. Yeah, it's super in frame.
Yeah, we'll do some GW lines. This is what they call plastic crack, right? Here, I got it.
No.
Here,
No.
Plastic crack.
Don't inhale the
No?
the
I mean,
polymers.
they tell you not to inhale the resin, but here we go. No?
Yeah,
We're
and
not doing that?
inhaling and snorting are different things, right? You're totally fine.
I did not inhale. Yeah, this is still totally off. God, how am I going to fix that? It's going to have to be... Is the orientation right? No. It's a little bit too forward. It's a little bit too forward. It's going to have to come back at an angle. That might be easier to do with a hand file. Where do I have it? Here. It's going to look like an earthquake on my image. Luke's saying, so the best chaos sculpts are berserkers. You get the hell out of here. We tolerate the Tau stuff. We tolerate it. I should also admit that I enable it
We
too because I'm the one that split the Chalnath box with him. So we
we
tolerate
tol-
and enable.
we tolerate it.
Get the no. I do not tolerate that. Oh,
I'm so funny.
oh, such a clever boy.
I'm such a clever boy.
Yeah. So what else you got going on, bud?
Not too much.
What are you excited most about for LVO, aside from playing in Big Hammer?
Um, I mean, I'm super stoked for return to narrative for for Spec Ops
Oh,
on
that's
some
right. Are you going to get
that
enough games in to finish your side hustle?
I should
Mm-hmm.
because
Because
it
you
should
need
be
3 more, right?
yeah. I need two more to close out the first part, and then I'll have to score. Yeah. So if I do it, if I manage to do it every game, then yeah, I'll
That
close
shouldn't
it out.
that shouldn't be hard to do, no?
I don't think so. I'm not sure what my final piece of the puzzle is.
It's,
I don't. I don't remember what the final one I have to accomplish is. It might be Headhunter, which could be potentially difficult depending on the opponent, but find out.
but you'll find out.
I mean, at that point, it's one of those things where I just play the game and I don't care about the outcome.
Right.
They're
Do you think
leading.
you're going to make it to After Dark?
I'm not planning on it.
Oh, that's a bummer. Even just to hang out if you finish. 'Cause your
Oh,
game's
no. I'll definitely come hang out, but no, I'm not gonna play in it because the Big Hammer days are so much longer than the Kill Team days.
That's because you guys need longer to play a worse game.
No,
Hey!
oh, I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when does After Dark even start?
I don't know. I have no idea. I might have ruined this boy torso. Oh no, I have 800 more.
Oh no.
Yeah, this one's hard. Ah! Ah! It's gone into the abyss that is the floor.
Any that end up, permanently mauled, feel free to donate them to the bases of the Skitari legions.
I mean, this one would look pretty cool. Oh, hang on. Let's get a random 32 millimeter base. Whatever. You'll do whatever size you are. No, you're too. You're not even a circle. Here. I mean, this on the base, kind of half buried orc torso. Glue a head on there.
Mm-hmm.
That actually is not too bad
Cool.
for you, but I will not allow it. So
Do you have any more of the Mechron bits that you could use to salvage him for something else?
That's true. I have a lot of them still. Have I told you what my plan is for Mecrons?
No,
For my Mecron bits, rather?
I don't think so.
I'm actually not gonna. I'm actually gonna convert them into dual purpose to also serve as gene stealers. So,
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna make mini kilocans that are on 40 millimeter bases.
You did, yeah, you did mention this. Yeah.
Yeah, so that way they work for. This might actually be okay here. Yeah, I think.
Wait,
that
what would
work.
they be on? What would they be on 40s?
Warriors. The mini kilocans are going to be the 3 warriors, and then the
Nids, not cults. Gotcha.
yeah, you got me. Oh, when you said genes, you thought I meant gene stealer as in gene stealer cult. No, actual gene stealers. Yeah,
Understood.
that might actually work. And I can just wedge in some green stuff and sculpt a shoulder that will go into the pauldron right there. Can I get a head on here? Can I get a head? Yeah, I can get a head that fits there. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that.
Thanks.
That's done. What's this bit? That's torso on the bottom. Maybe that can be the other half of something else. Because I also have to figure out what I'm going to do with the plasma guy. Because this one legitimately worries me. Because I cannot mess up his arms. Like, this one was very stressful, the heavy bolter, because I cannot mess up his arms because I only got one. There's only one plasma in this kit as well, so I don't know what to do. Unless I have two of them that are going to be legs and then Chaos Space Marine tops. I might have to do that. Because I don't know how well I would succeed cutting this. And I'm cutting so many of them that I don't have many Space Marine backpacks. And the Space Marine backpacks are super iconic, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, look how much gets cut off when you cut off the top of the torso. Like, you don't have the little top vent things. So I want to try and preserve those on at least one or two of them. I can cut down the front. Yeah, that might be how I do this one. I kind of cut down the front. Like at an angle like this. Yeah, I think that's how I'll do this one. Hashtag yellow. So I got some other cool stuff going on. Oh, before I tease that to all three people that are here with us. Did I tell you what I'm planning on doing with the rest of my orcs?
No.
So this is also in plans for After Dark. It's specifically I'm going to paint the eyes only of every single orc that I have in that case with the UV ink. So when I open up the case, it's just a sea of glowing red eyes.
That'll be really funny.
Yeah, I'm really into the idea. I don't know how to do this. It'd be easier if I could snap the arm off, but no doing that now. Well, let me switch out to the other saw blade. This Citadel hobby saw, real good. For anyone who's into kit bashing, it has so many different blades on it. I've had other hobby saws before. This one takes a cake, hands down. Rest this on something.
What was that? Pans down?
Stop it.
No, I refuse.
Stop it. Is your dad a very dad joke kind of dad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you're excessive at this point to the suggesting that this is probably linked to your recent family visit.
Yep.
Safe to assume?
Safe to assume.
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh yeah, it's bad. We just riff off each other constantly.
So the other fun thing that I guess I can spoil is I'm going to be in a podcast.
Ooh, we're going to talk about it?
Yeah.
How much we going to talk about it?
Huh?
How much we going to talk about it?
A little bit of a tease. We've done, this is something Alex is not a part of, so for the first time on the internet, we will not be the same person, two people in the same place. So that's going to beg the question, is it really Emmanuel or is it actually Alex in a trench coat? Two Alexes in a trench coat. It's going to be me. It's going to be Sheldon from Kill Team Stream. And it's going to be Chris, Bearded 40K. We all got together and we said, hey, podcast, yeah? And we've recorded a couple episodes so far now. Mostly the first ones are kind of almost like a pilot to make sure that we can work well together in a podcast kind of space. And I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of how it came out. It was a really interesting dynamic because Chris and I are very different in how we approach and think about the game. And Sheldon is very different from the two of us as well. And I think that's a part of when Sheldon approached me about the idea. Part of it that really got me interested in it the most, actually, was the idea of how different we're all going to be and how you kind of we don't really finish each other's sentences, but then in the end, after we kind of have a lot of these differing perspectives, there's you find a lot of parallel between a lot of the differences that we share as well, which I thought was pretty interesting too.
Yeah, super excited to hear all the episodes as they go.
Yeah. We're ironing out some details. I think we have, just as we're figuring out details and working with others as far as how this is going to eventually completely unveil. It's we've impatiently recorded three podcasts at this point now. I'm it's some really interesting discussions. I can't wait for you to hear them and for us to talk about what you think about it, almost like a post-mortem for each episode, for you to kind of give me your thoughts on what you think too, because how much we riff on or jest on how we're the same person, there is a lot of difference between us as well, you know?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to say that. Also, to interrupt myself, Luke, I think I forgot your flight stands and bases when I sent you all the Tau stuff. I am eternally sorry. If you truly do need those bases, I'll figure out a way to mail them to you too. Because I think I found those the other day. I was like, why do I have all these bases and flight stands? And then I closed the Chalnath box. And now you saying I think I don't have bases. I think it might even be faster for me just to order bases on Amazon and just ship them to you instead of trying to
figure it out. Yeah.
Trying to mail you the ones from the kit. And the thing that's frustrating is
the flight stands are like often kind of single, like one shot thing. So you may just need to package it all and send it out.
Yeah, we'll see. Let me know, Luke, if you need those immediately or if you can use other kits, bases, and then I can give them to you at LVO. Because if you do need them, we'll figure out something.
I think because that's all for drones, and I know for a
well,
fact
also his 32 millimeter bases. He has none of those.
Oh.
Or I didn't send him any of the 32 millimeters either, so I don't know if he has any of those. I'm thinking I'm doing a good thing with this. I think I'm getting this okay. But yeah, that's a big thing that I talked with Chris and Sheldon today. It's like, hey, you think it's too early to say something about this? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. And because we're working out some details with stuff that I can't talk about just yet. But irrespective of what happens with these extra details, the podcast will happen one way or another, whether we do some interesting stuff with partnerships or whether we do it on our own Bender style, right?
Mm-hmm.
With black stone fortresses and
hook shots.
There you go. So yeah, pretty exciting.
Whee! What's the best case scenario for timeline for first episode?
Week maybe?
Okay, cool.
Pretty soon. I hope. Yeah, I'm really excited to get people's feedback and hear their comments, because I think it's definitely there's a lot of, I don't want to call them echo chambers, but a lot of people that tend to share ideas, share thoughts, share perspectives on the hobby, right? That make content. I mean, that's us, right?
Yeah.
So I just found it really interesting to get an opportunity to make some content with two fellas that really understand the game, but also see it in a way that I don't or choose not to, and have a discussion about it, and it's worked really well.
I think it'll be super interesting to have Sheldon on.
Oh yeah,
Like have like a like the actual one of the big TOs like consistently on the podcast as a host. Because that'll just be, an interesting perspective, because we all, as players, we all approach the game a certain way and have certain concerns about everything. And frankly, he in many times exists in a totally separate world, like all the things he has to worry about.
Yeah, that's such a good point. That's such a great point. Yeah, so now he can share that live.
Where are we? What are we doing? Yeah, I may. So once these guys are all done, which, hopefully will take less than a week, I'll then have plenty of time to figure out what my final little adjustments will be. And which may include adding Daedalus back in.
Ooh.
Now he's not Daedalus anymore. He's no longer a named character. He's the techno-archaeologist, but maybe bringing him in for some style points.
Are you gonna paint up the one that I gave you for Christmas last year?
Yes.
Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. He's such a cool model.
He really is.
Did you ever paint up the X-101 as well?
No.
Yeah. That kind of, all of that happened shortly before.
Yeah.
The world kind of imploded a little bit, and then Commanders didn't get a chance to take off in meat space before the new edition came out. Oh, I think I got that cut bang on. Nice. I've been watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of it. It's pretty good.
It's real good, bud. There's some lines in there that just genuinely are just absolutely fantastic. I'm trying to think of one right now, but like I was talking to my wife and I was just saying like that. My wife. And I was just saying like that show just makes me feel good. Like it makes me happy and feel like a good person just watching it, because Ted is just such a great character. And like there's some guy who comes to him to, he's kind of a very closed off emotionally character, and he comes to him and he says something, and he's like, oh, how you doing? And it's like, oh, I'm great, I'm the best, fantastic, kind of shit, kind of depressed, yeah, everything sucks. And Ted says like, well, that was a mighty roller coaster, but I was glad that you thought I was tall enough to ride. And in his weird hokey way, he's just like, wow, you're going through a lot, I appreciate you sharing that with me, or something like that, like a very like wholesome thing to say in such a hokey way. I was like, God, the writing is so great. Yeah, I was very impressed by stuff like that.
In wholesome in entirely different ways, the new season of Letterkenny is real good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah. How many episodes? Is it a
6.
full? Oh, just 6?
Yeah, I mean that is full for them.
I couldn't remember. Well, I assume that episodes or seasons are only 6 episodes these days,
Mhm.
um, a la Witcher and everything else. And I found out that Ted Lasso is like 10 episode seasons. I was like, what? That's illegal. You can't do that.
Ted Lasso, he can do what he wants,
Have you
but he
watched it from
won't.
the beginning or just random episodes?
From the beginning.
Oh, okay. So you like know the whole premise and all that.
Yeah,
Oh wow, I nailed this one.
nice.
Yeah. Okay, that worked out really great. Really, really great. Because then this arm can just go right here. Oh, this one's gonna look great. It's probably gonna be the better one yet. And I was able to keep a backpack on, which was one of my main goals.
Excellent.
Now I could do the inverse here and just give him boy's legs. Give one of these guys boy's legs. Now this guy's top has to be, because I have to use this as my icon. Yeah, gotta figure out a way. I think I figured out a way. We're going for it.
You found a way.
This is the way. Yeah, I wouldn't be so cavalier if it wasn't for the fact that I got 4 more in case I make some oopsies. Because I legitimately thought I had completely ruined this one. I legitimately thought I had ruined it, but after a couple of days of just kind of mulling it over and trying to figure out how to do it and then throwing a bunch of green stuff on it, I was able to get it done.
There are no kit bashing mistakes, just happy accidents.
I mean, you can fix any mistake with enough money by buying another kit. It's a finite amount of weapons. Like for the special weapons, that's the part that gets me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you mess up the weapon, I can always make you more.
This is true. This is true. I also was going to surprise you with something, but we both know that I'm terrible with keeping secrets and surprises.
This is fact.
This is just fact. I was thinking today about my color scheme, and they're going to be Alpha Legion, right? So, but then they're also going to have green. It's like, okay, well, complementary color to blue, and it's kind of like the aqua blue. What would look good with blue, as well as with green, for their plasma color? Because the whole teaching in how you do plasma in Warhammer is that you pick a complementary color for your army, not following science, as Alex likes to get upset about in jest. Uh-oh.
It's purple.
Snapped
But
it
anyway,
off.
carry on.
And I was like, you know what? I could do purple. That would make Alex pretty freaking happy. And it's actually complementary, a great complementary color to green.
No, yeah, with all three major cool colors represented, I think it'll actually look super cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be green. It's going to be purple. Okay. I need to re-plastic glue this. Because I knocked his arm off.
Oh man, New Year's at my place was nuts.
Yeah? Tell me
It
about it.
was it was crazy. So, I mean, you know my neighborhood. There were fireworks going off all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like in the intersection right outside,
Mm-hmm.
there were people just like putting the boxes down and lighting them
Okay.
and, and stuff going off. Including one which, as it was launching stuff, turned over sideways and just started firing fireworks down the street.
Oh my God.
It was wild.
Anything get damaged or is everything okay?
Not that I was aware of.
Okay.
We didn't get damaged, so that was good.
Yeah.
Um,
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
yeah. Um, my all my cars and everyone who was over's cars, they were parked in the parking lot for my building, which was in the opposite side. So
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah, so no, nothing I cared about, terribly much could have been damaged other than us, and we were all fine.
There you go.
But it was very exciting to
Did
witness.
you actually stay up to midnight?
Oh yeah.
I'm an old man. Natalia and I started falling asleep, and we were just like, "Hey, should we set an alarm so we can wake up at 11:55?"
Mhm.
She's like, "Yeah, we should," and that's exactly what we did because we're geezers.
No, yeah, I had a couple of guys from old work come over for the football game, and then
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did you win,
one,
son?
we did. Um, and then we one of them stayed around, and we just kind of rung in the new year, played Cards Against Humanity, nothing too crazy.
Oh, nice. Um, I finally unboxed a game that I have that I think you would really dig. It's called Joking Hazard.
Okay.
Do you know Cyanide and Happiness?
Uh-huh.
So they have a Cards Against Humanity clone called Joking Hazard, and you construct a 3-panel comic. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, and you have one person's a judge, and then everyone else plays, right? And from the deck, like the face down cards on the table, you choose oh my goodness, my brain.
Like a topic for
No,
it?
you choose two, the first and second panel, and
Oh,
then
gotcha.
everyone else in secret chooses their third panel. So it's kind of like cards where like you have to fill in the blanks, but you're filling in the third panel. And Natalia and I just played just the two of us, so there's no judge, but we just kind of demoed it just to see what it was, and yeah, it's pretty funny. It's well put together.
Excellent.
It's something for us to play. We tried to learn Pandemic, which was the Christmas gift you gave us in 2020.
Yeah. My sick joke.
What's up?
My sick joke to you guys.
Yeah. So we finally tried to learn it, and then like after reading the first couple pages, Natalia's like, "Is there a simple game we could play?" I was like, "Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to do this with beers."
I'll teach you guys sometime.
Yeah.
It's actually it's not difficult.
Yeah, I learned better from like being there
Yeah.
with someone teaching me. That's always been my thing. It's almost as if that's how we learned this game too, huh?
Yep. Yep. And then
That's fine. Oh my god, there's so much dust over here. I need to put completed guy over there with your chainsword. Completed guy over here. Get you away. This would be really cool. Chaos Space Marine, if you want to put a skull there to put on one of your bases. See this one? Let me get that other base. I'll give you this one.
let me see.
You could be a tactical rock for you.
That'd actually be really cool. Oh yeah, that would work.
See that?
I dig it.
It's kind of like sunken in. You can put them under like a big
Actually, oh, that would be cool. So I have Call, like
Yeah.
he's all like all his
You
the
mean,
majority of
I'm
his colors are
sorry.
black.
This is for a loyalist army, not for a heretic model, but you can talk about call anyway.
Yeah. Har har har. Uh, I mean, Admech does what Admech do.
Yeah,
Don't
that
worry
is
about it.
that is exactly what they do.
Yeah. But it would actually be. I feel like it would be really interesting to have like just some like carnage from loads of different factions on his base.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, I can give you orc stuff. I got, I got loads of carnage from lots of different
Ooh.
factions. Yes.
You know how he's got his do you remember how he's got his little like it's clearly like a repurposed like, Necron scarab type thing scuttling along attached to him?
Um.
In any case he does.
Okay.
Um I could like model and print a bunch of those and they're just like scuttling along with him carrying little like trophies from various
Okay.
things.
Yeah, I dig that. I can get behind that. That's cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then also if they're elevated like that, then they could be additions at a later time rather than have to be integrated into like the base if they're like sticking up out of the mud.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. I like all of these ideas.
Me too.
I need another head. Oh, I know which one I'm going to use. Let's get this one, because I need to chop it off the body. And this has been sitting here for a long time. So is this one. No, I can use that one. This was one of my old commandos that I tried to green stuff fill his back when I ripped the backpack off. And I was not very good with sculpting, and I ruined it. So he's been here, and he's going to give me his head.
Oh, poor guy.
Let's see how good plastic glue is. Plastic glue versus arm. Ah. Hot dang.
I'm gonna give this one to plastic glue.
It's a matter of leverage. See if we can give proper leverage. It's kind of looking a little up now. I think I'm getting some leverage. There it is.
Yay!
That was a satisfying pop, too.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Alrighty. This guy's going to get hacked down, so that way it's just his eyes peeking up over here, but I'll have to figure out the rest of the torso when I do's it. But I think that's all the hobbying I'm going to get done tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to stop. I'm tired from sanding and shaving.
Let's see. I have so far washed 9 of my well, I've washed 9 Skitari. I have 20 more and 4 Sicarians.
All right. You enjoy it then. Take care, bud.
You too. Good night, Internet.
Bye, Internet.